afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're going to do an Ask Me Anything video. I did one of these last year. I've kind of thrown it out there a few times to have people send me some notes. But over the years, or over the year, I should say, as we're getting ready to come up on our 1-year anniversary, June 26th was our first video last year. So, 150 plus subscribers, 150 videos, 16,000 views. We're a year into the channel. Thank you for everybody that's kind of stuck with it. Hopefully I've been able to help some of you, and I know some of you have been able to get some feedback and some pointers. So thank you all so much for checking out the channel. But today we're going to focus on 3 questions. The last one's probably the one that's the most tough for me to answer, honestly, because it's really something that I haven't talked a lot about on the channel, but I will at the end. The first 2 are relatively easy, and I'll go through them kind of in order, and then we'll talk about the last one a little bit more in depth. The first question I get a lot is people say, how do I get into cycling? Everyone that knows that watches my channel knows I love to cycle, whether it's on the Peloton or outdoor on the Marlin or the Jumani, whether we're riding the road bike or the mountain bike. I just like to cycle, and I want to bike as often as I can. I absolutely love it. If you want my advice, I'm going to keep it really, really simple for you. The Peloton is a different machine. It's not the same as biking. It is, while it's a better cardio machine and you can get a workout faster, it is not as challenging. And while it will set you up to do well on the outdoor bike, it's not gonna set you up to be completely successful outdoor cycling. The other difference on the 2 is when I Peloton ride, it is a workout. When I ride my bike outside, it's a workout, but it's also very cathartic for me, where I can get away and kind of decompress from the day and enjoy the scenery and just put me in a different mindset and different place. That being said, I would recommend the Peloton to anyone. You can get a workout in 40 to 45 minutes, and what it would take you an hour to an hour and a half to do outside. You can get tons of great cardio. The leaderboard is awesome. But if you decide you want to ride outside, my recommendation is that if you're just starting out, try to get a used bike on Facebook Marketplace, and if at all possible, an entry-level mountain bike with disc brakes, or an entry-level carbon bike with, again, disc, or even a rim brake is fine, but something that's less than $1,000, well made from a reputable brand. There's a ton of brands out there in that mid-range. You can do Trek, Specialized, Giant, Fuji, any of those bikes in that mid-range price. At about $1,000, you're going to get a great bike. So that's my first recommendation. So try either one. Peloton's awesome, but it's not the same as riding outside. If you're going to ride outside, entry-level mountain bike, entry-level carbon bike, buy one used if you can. The second question I get a lot is, what's the biggest struggle you have on your weight loss journey? For me, it's actually really, really simple, and I actually talked about it in my weight loss versus maintenance video. I'll throw that link up here. It's snacking. That's still the biggest challenge I have. I do great most days until about 7 or 8 o'clock at night. Then I'm hungry. I work out like a madman, and I just eat stuff I shouldn't. And it's the biggest opportunity I have, and it's the thing that gets in my way. The only advice I would give you on snacking is keep it a couple things. Buy snacks that are low points or low calorie, so things that aren't going to break the bank. Buy healthier snacks if you can, so fruit and veggies, but only if you're going to eat them. And the last piece is, don't buy stuff that you're going to eat in the house if you don't want to eat it. Like, if I don't buy cookies and candy, I can't eat cookies and candy. If I buy cookies and candy, it's going to get eaten in the house. So you have to have that mindset. It starts at the grocery store, not in the kitchen. So that's the biggest struggle I have is snacking. It's still my biggest weakness. The last one is, someone asked me, how do you feel? And the reason I want to share this one is it's a really interesting question. If you ask me, and anytime you talk to me, how do I feel? I always will tell you I feel great. Physically, I feel, just my cardio level's great. I feel I have a ton of energy. I'm so grateful to be under 200 pounds and wearing the smaller sizes clothes. But over the year, it's become very strange for me in my psyche, because I've been a big guy for a long time, for 25 years at least. And when you're a big guy, there are certain things that you don't realize, that you take for granted. When you're a big guy, people get out of your way, right? I'm 5'11", 6 feet, somewhere in that range, anywhere between 250 and 300 pounds, bald head, beard, right? Former military, former pro wrestler, like, people just kind of gave me a wide berth. And now that I'm kind of an average size guy, and again, same thing, 5'11", somewhere in that, 190 pounds, 185 pounds, people don't give me that same wide berth, and it's very, very interesting to try to figure it out. I'm not trying to portray myself as a tough guy. I haven't been in a fight in over 25 years. My reputation that I have definitely precedes me, and I haven't earned it in a long time. There's a lot of people that just say, hey, don't mess with that guy, and it's based on what I've done in the past. I'm 47 years old, I'm almost 48. I haven't been in a fight, like I said, since my early 20s. To be perfectly honest with you, if I got in a fight tomorrow, I'd probably get my ass kicked. It's been such a long time, but I'm still a knucklehead, I'm still stubborn, and I still think, you know, I'm like that Toby Keith song, right? I'm not as good as I once was, but I'm as good once as I ever was, right? That's still in my mind. I don't know how true it is. And my best friend Jeff said this to me not too long ago. He goes, hey man, even as you've gotten older, like we go to a bar and I never worried about it. He goes, you at 190, I do now, right? You're older and you're not a big guy anymore, so I really, he was kind of busting my balls, but it hit close to home. And what you don't realize in a lot of this is your image of yourself changes. You have this perception of yourself, and then people see you differently, and it is challenging. The other side is I have things I haven't really talked about on the channel. I talked about it a little bit, but you've probably seen on the video a couple times. If you've seen, like on my right leg, I have a lot of varicose veins I'm dealing with. That's from weight loss, right? You know, when you lose weight, your body changes. I'm dealing with a lot of loose skin from mid-thigh to mid-chest. You know, I want to get like a six-pack abs, and I'm working as hard as I can. There's this loose skin here that I can't do anything with other than surgery. And unless I do that, it's never going to change. So there's still a little bit of that psychological piece. I'm very fortunate. I don't have a lot of loose skin on my arms, right? This is pretty good. Don't have a lot of loose skin on my face. There's a little bit here. But, you know, just truthfully, you know, if I share with you here, this is just all loose skin, right? There's really not a whole lot I can do with it. It's not fat, right? There's just nothing there. It's just extra skin, and I have that from here to here. And unless I do surgery, I don't know if I'm going to change that. So, you know, I don't think I have body dysmorphia or anything like that, but, you know, as you listen to, I was listening to Ethan Suplee, and if you know who Ethan Suplee is, he was that big guy from My Name is Earl, American History, actually, like 500 pounds. He lost like 300 pounds, and he talked about how his whole body image changed for him, and, you know, it is true. Your body image will change as you lose weight, and you've got to change your mindset around who you are and what you want to do. Like for me, I wouldn't change anything. I'm incredibly grateful to be where I am today. You know, at the goal weight that I am at around 185 to 190 pounds. You know, wearing a much smaller size clothes, a large shirt, you know, large shorts, or, you know, 32 to 34 pants. You know, my health is so much better. I feel great. I don't have stomach issues. I used to have a lot of issues with IBS and a lot of issues with my stomach, and getting rid of a lot of the bad food has solved that. So I just feel good all the time anymore. But the other reality is I used to be really strong. You know, deadlift over 400 pounds, you know, bench press in my prime well over 350 pounds. You know, like presses in the thousands of pounds. And now, again, as someone who's middle-aged and who's lost a lot of weight and a lot of muscle mass, you know, I was benching, you know, 130 at the gym the other day, and I was struggling. Like, that's just the reality. Like, I'm not that strong anymore. You know, I can't deadlift more than a couple hundred pounds. So a lot of that is also psychologically, it's a change for me. As people ask me for help or things, I'm not as strong as I used to be. And again, that's psychologically very challenging for me. As someone who was always a stronger guy and was one of the strongest people in the room, not being that person anymore is very challenging. So when people ask me, how do I feel on this weight loss journey, I would tell you I feel amazing, but there are things that are challenging that I've had to really think about differently. Like I said, when I walk through a mall and people don't get out of the way, it's really, really weird to have to be the person that gets out of the way and have people look at you differently. So I hope this is helpful. If you go through the journey, it is going to be different for you, and people will perceive you differently. Now, I'll leave you with one last thing. Right, wrong, or indifferent, people perceive overweight people a certain way. I don't think it's fair, but it's true. And I will tell you, I've had people in my own family think of me this way, and it hurt me a lot. But when people see you as overweight, they see you as dirty, as lazy, as different things, when you know, some of that can't be more further from the truth, but people perceive you that way. And it sucks, and it's not fair. But as you lose weight, people are also going to look at you differently, and it's very weird to see it that way, how people reacted to you 6 months ago or a year ago and how they'll react to you today or differently isn't always fair, but it is reality, right? So as you go through this journey and understand that people are going to look at you differently and perceive you differently, here's what I would say to everybody that goes through this. Don't forget, have a short memory. People are going to look at you and want different things from you. If they treated you poorly before, understand who they are and what they want out of the relationship with you, and it's probably not always as beneficial or mutual as you think. So be really, you know, smart and strategic around that as well. So I hope this is helpful for you. I try to answer those questions that I hear most commonly, you know, as honestly as I can. Thank you to everybody that's kind of hit that like and subscribe button on the channel. We've been trying to grow the channel. I'll be honest with you, it's been hard for me, sitting at 150 subscribers, when I'd love to get to 1,000 subscribers. I think we've done some really good work on the channel, but I think this is kind of where we are. We might get to a couple hundred subscribers at some point in time. I'll continue to put content out as I find content out there for you, and I hope I can help you. And if anyone needs anything, I'm always available in the comment section. So, thank you for checking us out. I hope everyone has an awesome day and week. Like I said, we'll have our 1-year anniversary special coming up soon. So for everybody for checking us out, thank you so much. Have an amazing week. We'll talk to everybody soon. Thank you.